If you've inherited a house in Columbus, Ohio, and you don't know what to do with it, this video is for you. Maybe you have siblings involved, maybe the property needs repairs, maybe the property needs to go through probate, or maybe you live out of town. Whatever the case may be, I know I can help and I can make things convenient and easy for you. My name is Dave Payerchin. I have been buying inherited properties all around Columbus, Ohio for over 14 years, and there's pretty much no situation when it comes to inherited properties that I personally have not seen and helped other people through. So, first and foremost, I must say if you're dealing with an inherited property, that likely means somebody passed away. I want to give you my most condolences. I know it's an emotional time. And the best thing I can do to share these condolences for you and support you is hopefully helping you out and making the sale or transfer of this property as easy as possible. Let's talk about the basics first. When it comes to an inherited property, we have to ask, did the deceased have a will? If not, this needs to be discussed with an attorney. Does the property need to go through probate? Again, this is another legal question that needs to be addressed. Has there been an executor assigned to the estate who's actually going to be the decision maker when it comes to selling the property? All of these questions need to be asked, and if you don't have an attorney, we can actually help refer one to you. I'd be happy to do that. If you give us a call, we can talk through the situation. As I mentioned, we're very experienced at working with people with inherited properties in Columbus, Ohio. And even if we cannot buy your property, we can still point you in the right direction and refer somebody out of our vast network to help you answer these questions and help you along with this situation. So you have numerous options as somebody who inherited this property in Columbus, Ohio. Number one, you can keep the property. If the property doesn't need a lot of repairs and maybe you can rent it out in its as is condition, or maybe you can even move into the property the way it is, that is an option for you to keep this property. Just please remember when it comes to owning any type of real estate, you will have property taxes that need to be accounted for. There will be property insurance that need to be accounted for. And then there will be maintenance and just general upkeep of the property, which is to be accounted for as well. But for some people, that is an option, is to keep the property. Number two would be to market and list your property with a licensed realtor. Now, I work very closely with many realtors. I'm a cash buyer of properties, and many realtors, they do a great job if the property doesn't need a lot of work. And if you're okay waiting for a buyer, because typically a normal real estate listing is going to take 30, 60, 90 days or even longer. So if you're flexible on the timing and you have some money set aside, if the buyer that the realtor brings you wants some repairs made before the closing and you're okay making those repairs, working with a realtor could be the best option for you if you're willing to, have a flexible closing date and maybe even put some money into the property. Or option number three, you can sell to a cash buyer like myself. I will buy the property in its as is condition. I will close on the date of your choice. It will be a cash transaction, so there's not extensive inspections or appraisals, or we're not waiting for the bank to qualify me by any means or anything like that. As I mentioned, I've been buying properties all around Columbus for over 14 years, and I will go through what makes working with me different is I will go through these numbers, full transparency with you. We will go through these numbers together. I'm not making up numbers, some lowball number, pulling a number from the sky, right? We will calculate these numbers together, go through this together, and if we both decide and both determine this is the best option for you, we'll proceed. If not, if there's a better option for you, that's okay too. There's no pressure or obligations. At that point, we can shake hands and part as friends. Either way, even if I cannot buy your property, I will help you out any way that I possibly can. And I've worked with many, many people who have inherited properties in Columbus, Ohio, have a very smooth, convenient cash transaction. So, a quick story, I just got done working with somebody else who inherited a property in Columbus, Ohio, and he lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And he was ready to pick up the phone, or I was on the phone with him. He was ready to book plane tickets and actually fly to Columbus, Ohio, and put a sign in the yard and take pictures. I said, "You don't have to do any of that." He lived out of town. I went to the property. I took all the pictures. We went through the pictures on a Zoom call. We just went through over the phone together. We were able to fulfill this transaction right there over the phone. He never had to go to the closing. They sent a notary right to him. We work with a licensed title company that sent the notary right to him in Georgia, where he lives. He got a fair price. He sold the property as is. He never even had to come here to Columbus, Ohio to do any work at all. He didn't pay any closing costs whatsoever. Everything was very clean, very smooth, and he never had to get on a plane and even come here. So, how I can help specifically is I will work with you through this situation, regardless of where you're at in the process. We will go through this together, no pressure whatsoever, and we can essentially look at every option that you have and make the decision at that point if working together makes the most sense, which oftentimes it does. With many people, we're able to come up with something that works for you, that's fair, and we can facilitate this transaction and make it extremely easy because that's what we do. We buy inherited properties here in Columbus, Ohio. So, if you would like the opportunity, if you want to hop on a call, please call me or text me at 614-300-5151. I'm very confident we can help you, or you can visit us online at sellhousecolumbus.com. Once again, my name is Dave Payerchin, and I look forward to working with you.